when the snowstorm trapped us. But the storm wasn't the worst part. Something else was out there in the snow, and it was calling for help. This is not just a survival story. This is the night I learned that some voices are never human. After nearly 12 hours on the road, exhaustion had settled deep into my bones. I sat in the passenger seat, half asleep, watching snow-covered roads blur past the window. My dad refused to stop for a motel. He never believed comfort was necessary if you could just push through. The radio hummed quietly as darkness swallowed the road ahead. City lights faded, replaced by endless forests and frozen fields. It felt peaceful, too peaceful. We stopped briefly so my dad could step into the woods. Snow clung to the branches above us, falling in cold waves whenever the wind moved. When we returned to the car, thick clouds rolled overhead. Minutes after driving again, the snow intensified. Wind slammed against the windshield, erasing the road in front of us. Visibility dropped to nothing. The car skidded, then stopped. We were stranded. No signal, no lights, just snow and silence. My dad tried to stay calm, telling me help would come. We layered up, rationed snacks, and turned the engine on only when the cold became unbearable. I eventually fell asleep until a sound woke me. "Help me!" The voice came from outside the car, soft at first, then louder. It sounded human, but something about it felt wrong. My dad froze. Then the voice changed. "Please help me." Each time it spoke, it sounded like a different person. My heart pounded as my dad stepped out with a flashlight, calling into the storm. Every instinct in my body screamed that he shouldn't. Without warning, the pleading turned into a scream, deep, distorted, and impossibly loud. It didn't sound like it came from the ground, but from something towering above us. I watched the flashlight spin wildly through the snow. Then it stopped. The roof of the car caved in slightly under a massive weight. I scrambled as something grabbed my dad and lifted him into the air. When I finally saw it under the moonlight, my blood turned cold. It was over 10 ft tall. Its eyes were black and empty. Antler-like shapes twisted from its body. Its mouth was filled with rows of jagged teeth. This was no animal. With shaking hands, I grabbed my dad's rifle and fired. The recoil knocked me down, but the sound distracted the creature long enough for my dad to escape. One final shot hit its eye. The creature screamed in rage, then vanished into the trees. Rescue teams arrived at sunrise. Others stranded on that road were never found. My dad survived but lost his leg and something else, too. He never spoke about that night again. Years later, my dad passed away, but the memory of that snowstorm never faded. I still think about that voice, still wonder how many people followed it. So, if you're ever stranded in a storm and you hear someone calling for help,